Hey, good evening. It's Wednesday, February 19th, and it's really good to be back with you. As I'm sure a number of you have noticed, I haven't done a video since last Thursday, which I think is probably the longest break that I've had. But I got sick on Friday, flu-like symptoms, and just really weak, felt pretty miserable, and really haven't felt up to doing a video again until really actually today. So I just wanted to take a minute to think about sickness because God brings sickness. Sickness is not random. Our God doesn't do random. When we're blessed by God, we have no problem being blessed and attributing it to God, and isn't God great and wonderful? But then when we have something that is less, at least in our eyes, less than blessing, we kind of get discouraged, or maybe we can get discouraged. And these last several days, not doing the videos, and really I believe in God's hand, not allowing me to do the videos because I just wasn't up, didn't feel right about doing it because I felt really, really weak. I'm still a little bit weak. That's just as much as God's blessing as over the last almost 5 years now, over the 2,200 videos that I've done. And it's so easy to lose sight of that. To get discouraged about not being able to do 5 in the last several days, or 4, I guess, actually. And to forget about the fact that the Lord has enabled me to do 2,200 others. See, God is faithful. He doesn't do random things. Our sicknesses are not random. This flu-like thing I had over the weekend is no more random than the squamous cell cancer I had now, what is it, almost 11 years ago. God is faithful to us. He doesn't do random things, and He brings sickness. We don't know why, but we know He brings it. We don't always know why, but we do know that He wants us to trust Him. We do know that He doesn't want us, I'm going to cough there, doesn't want us to abandon Him or feel like we've been abandoned. We do know that He is being faithful to us, even in our difficulties, even in our problems that we have. Our God brings sickness. We don't always know why, but we do know that He's always being faithful. I've had a chance to reflect on, think about some things these last few days, which have been reshaping to me in many ways and thoughts and perspectives. Those are valuable things to do. I am so grateful. Am I grateful about feeling terrible? No. But am I grateful that God is there with me in that time? Yes. And that's a growing perspective. God is with us in our sickness, the sickness that He brings. You see, if God works all things together for the good of those who love Him, then that means He's working sickness together too. I'm going to read some words from Paul, which we don't usually associate with sickness. But in Philippians 4, he's encouraging us not to be anxious, not to worry, to think about good thoughts. Now, he says this, I'm not saying these things because I am in need, for I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstance. That includes the sickness. I could be content in sickness. I should do everything I can to get better. Take whatever medicine, take whatever doctor's advice is necessary. I can still be content. Why? Because I know God is caring for me. And then he says this, I know what it is to be in need. What better phrase or thought? When we're sick, we have a need. We need to get better. I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. In other words, I know what it means to be healthy, but I also know what it means to be sick. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. See, this includes more than just financial situations. The secret in every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living or in plenty or in want. And what's that secret? I can do all things. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. So you see, that's an encouragement that I had. When I'm sick, I know I can do everything I need to do to bring honor to God. When I am sick, when you are sick, we can do everything that God wants us to do to honor him. Now, it may not be all the normal things we're doing, then we're well and healthy, but I can still honor him. I can still be grateful to him. I can still rejoice in his faithfulness to me. That his mercies are new to me every day. Whether I have a flu, whether I have cancer, whatever's there. See what we're saying here. When God brings sickness, I can rejoice with Paul here. And I can say I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. And what is that? I can do everything through him who gives me strength. That's the promise. Not just to be used about, I won a football game, or I scored this, or I did this amazing thing. But the secret of being content, especially when we're sick, is that we can do everything we need to do to bring honor to God. Maybe it's just getting well. Maybe it's just being still. Maybe it's learning how to pray for others when we're sick. Maybe it's just crying out to God and saying, Lord, help me in my need. Whatever it takes to bring honor to God, I can do it. I can do everything through him who gives me the strength. And that, brothers and sisters, is a tremendous encouragement. When God brings sickness, we can do everything that is necessary to bring honor to our God. What a huge blessing. Again, so good to be here, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. If you have any comments or thoughts about this video, please send them in. Pray with me that I'll be able to stay doing this. It's such an honor to be with you each day. And thank you for your time this night. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.